Have you ever wondered whether it's really healthy to keep touching yourself after 60, or if doing it frequently might harm your hormone levels, your prostate, or even your performance during intimate moments with your partner? I'm raising these questions because many mature men come to me confused, sometimes even ashamed, wanting to know if what they do in silence is actually good or if they're causing invisible damage to their own bodies. And believe me, this doubt is much more common than you think. According to data from the U.S. National Institute on Aging, about 65% of men over 60 still masturbate occasionally or frequently. But what really concerns me is that more than 70% of them have no idea what this does to their own bodies. In other words, they do it out of impulse or habit, but with no real understanding of the actual effects, whether positive or negative. And when there's no information, the risk of guilt, dysfunction, or harmful habits increases. The good news is that science has now advanced enough to give us clear answers based on serious peer-reviewed research with international backing. And that's why I'm here. I want to talk to you as a doctor, as a sexologist, but also as someone who listens every day to the stories of men who want to age with health, pleasure, and dignity. In this talk, I'm going to tell you 10 positive effects of masturbation in maturity that you may have never heard of, and 10 negative effects that also deserve your attention. Let's start with the benefits. The first is that masturbation helps maintain the elasticity of the cavernous tissues of the penis. This means that when engorged with blood during arousal, the cavernous bodies preserve their integrity. A study from Boston University showed that mature men who masturbated at least twice a week maintained a firmer and longer-lasting erection than those who did not. The second benefit is for prostate health. Research from Harvard University revealed that men who ejaculated more than 20 times per month, including sexual intercourse and masturbation, had a 33% lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who did it fewer than 7 times. This happens because frequent ejaculation prevents the buildup of inflammatory secretions in the prostate ducts. The third benefit is the improvement of the pelvic floor. During masturbation, muscles like the pubococcygeus and bulbospongiosus are activated. Strengthening these muscles helps prevent urinary incontinence, improves erection quality, and enhances pleasure. For this, I recommend combining it with Kegel exercises. Contract the muscle as if stopping the flow of urine, hold for 5 seconds, and release. Repeat 15 times, 3 times a day. The fourth positive effect is the reduction of cortisol, the stress hormone. Researchers at the University of Essen in Germany proved that after masturbation and orgasm, cortisol levels drop significantly, which helps control blood pressure and anxiety symptoms. A true gift for cardiovascular health. The fifth benefit is the release of dopamine and oxytocin, neurotransmitters linked to well-being, motivation, and emotional connection. This effect is especially important for men who live alone or are grieving, as it helps maintain emotional balance without relying on medication. The sixth effect is that it allows the identification of abnormalities in the penis and testicles. During intimate touching, many men notice lumps, changes in scrotal texture, or even small lesions. This enables early diagnosis of conditions like testicular cancer or penile fibrosis. Even if rare, they're more treatable when detected early. The seventh benefit is improved sleep quality. The release of endorphins after masturbation. It helps the body relax, enter deep sleep, and avoid nighttime awakenings, something essential in old age, when sleep cycles naturally become lighter. Eighth, it improves blood circulation in the pelvic region. This prevents sexual dysfunction and genital atrophy. To enhance it even more, I recommend warm sitz baths for 10 minutes, which help relax the perineal muscles. Ninth benefit, it serves as training for ejaculation control. Techniques like stop and start, where the man stimulates until almost reaching climax, stops for a minute, and then resumes, helps strengthen ejaculatory control. Ideal for men with premature ejaculation or difficulty maintaining rhythm during intercourse. 10th and final benefit, keeping sexual desire active even without a steady partner. Stimulating oneself with imagination, sounds, or real memories activates the brain's circuits of desire, facilitating future sexual response and keeping the flame of pleasure alive. But attention, not everything is perfect. Now I need to alert you to the 10 negative effects that, unfortunately, many men ignore, and that can put their physical and emotional health at risk. The first is isolation. Compulsive masturbation can replace human contact, leading to a cycle of loneliness and social avoidance. This is common in men who live alone and withdraw into their own pleasure as the only source of comfort. The second risk is microlesions on the skin of the penis. When done with too much force or without lubrication, fissures, inflammation, and even infections can occur. Always use water-based lubricants and avoid soaps. Third, loss of sensitivity. Always stimulating yourself in the same way conditions the brain and makes arousal with a partner more difficult. Ideally, vary techniques, rhythms, and even allow yourself not to reach orgasm. Just feel. Fourth risk, masking real erectile dysfunctions. Some men use masturbation as an escape valve, but ignore circulatory, hormonal, or metabolic problems. If the erection is weak or short, see a urologist. Fifth, poor posture. Stimulating oneself while sitting on hard chairs can compress pelvic nerves and cause genital numbness. The ideal is to lie down in a comfortable position with support. Sixth, emotional escape. Using masturbation as the only valve to deal with stress, frustration, or boredom can become a behavioral dependency. Deep breathing, walking, and meditation are complementary alternatives. Seventh, guilt. Many men were raised with religious or cultural taboos about pleasure. If the feeling of guilt is recurring, it's worth talking to a sexologist to reframe this practice in a healthy way. Eighth, pelvic congestion. Excessive ejaculation can cause a feeling of heaviness in the testicles, burning when urinating, and a constant urge to go to the bathroom. If this happens, reduce the frequency and respect your body's signals. Ninth, semen quality. If you want to become a father or freeze sperm, avoid ejaculating every day. Studies show that the best quality occurs between 2 to 5 days of abstinence. 10th and final, disconnection from reality. Exaggerated fantasies or excessive pornography consumption can make it difficult to connect with a real partner. To balance this, I recommend exploring your sensuality based on emotional memories and real sensations. As you've noticed, masturbation after 60 is neither good nor bad in itself. It can be a wonderful ally of sexual health, or a silent poison, depending on how and how often it's practiced. The secret lies in awareness. Touching yourself with presence, respect, and moderation can greatly help your aging process with vitality. If this talk made sense to you, subscribe here to the channel Sexuality Sabia. Activate the bell to receive future videos, leave your like, and write in the comments what else you would like to know about sexuality and maturity. YouTube doesn't always deliver this type of content, so your participation helps spread serious and compassionate medical information to more men like you. Until our next conversation.